feel like Guy Fieri is gonna pop out. Now we're going to Flavor Town. I'm Daisy Ryan, the chef at Belle's restaurant, and today we are making steak au poivre, one of our most popular dishes. When we opened the restaurant, it was very focused on, I would say, classic French bistro food. And it was a la carte. When the pandemic came, we, like everyone else in the world, were kind of scrambling to figure out what worked for us. We eventually moved our dinner menu to this prix fixe style. It felt a little more calm and controlled versus chaos of what can be a la carte dining. It also gave me an opportunity and the kitchen an opportunity to explore this idea of Belle's food rather than French food. My sous chef, Steve, had made this a poivre sauce for his wife when she would come in to eat, and it was just so good. At the time we were just doing a steak frite and made a steak au poivre dish, and that dish really has stuck on our dinner menu. It is a really nice bridge, I think, between how we started and what we are now. And not to mention, it's nice when people come in with their families and maybe it's a little bit more adventurous for someone's grandpa or, you know, even husband, whatever it is. It's nice that there's a steak and fries on the menu, and I think it makes people at ease and feel like they can relate to the food. Steak au poivre. So I have my au poivre base here, which is the veal stock that's been reduced from about 20 quarts down to maybe 4. Looking for a kind of thicker consistency. This has shallot, black, pink, and green peppercorns, sherry vinegar. We deglaze with brandy. And then right before service, we will add some cream to that. And I always tell my cooks, you're looking for more of a cappuccino color, not a latte color. So you don't want too much cream. Give it kind of a luxurious taste and texture. It's a very traditional style of au poivre. It is something that we take great care and a lot of time to do. Like if we mess up the au poivre sauce, it's kind of one of those crisis moments where we don't have those in many other ways because we are very flexible in what we serve. But, you know, we roast veal bones over a couple days, and then we make a veal stock that takes, 18 to 20 hours to pull out the flavor. We could start with 25 quarts of veal stock, and then we'll end up with maybe 4 quarts of the au poivre base. So it just has a lot of flavor. We use a calotte, which is the cap of the ribeye for our cut of beef. I think it's a really flavorful cut and consistent, and people seem to like it. And we have our calotte here, a calotte of beef, cap of the ribeye, also called a London top sirloin. And then we're just gonna give it a really nice thick coat of these peppercorns, very peppery. We like that. And then this is our carbon steel pan, which we're going to get what we like to call ripping hot. See that my pan is smoking, that's what we're looking for. Pepper presentation side right down into the pan. You can hear that sizzle, that's what you want. Cook with your ears, not just your eyes. And then we'll also add in at this point a little bit of whole butter for flavor, but also for that smoking point. And it also will allow, along with the carbon steel, to create a really even cooking contact with the pan. You can already see the caramelization because that carbon steel gets so hot. This pan gets so hot, sometimes you need to turn it down a little bit. And that's the beauty of carbon steel, is they get really hot really fast, and they also cool down fast, versus cast iron, which takes forever to cool down. I try and look at the tools that we use, our cookware, often the people around you, they're part of the team. When you can respect the craftsmanship of the products that you're using, it creates this culture of respect in every sense. I'm gonna respect this thing because it helps me to do my job. Dump out a little bit of our excess butter so that it doesn't catch on fire. And then we're gonna throw it up in our broiler here, which for the carbon steel, it does really well in that as well. Meantime, our sauce is hot, and we just give it probably 2 minutes up there, depending on the steak itself. We'll drop our French fries, pull down our steak. So that feels good. They'll kind of firm up, and then as they rest, they'll relax a little bit more. So this feels like it's about at a medium, which means it's probably more like medium rare, which is what we're looking for. Just give it a nice swirl around the pan to pick up some more of the butter and the pepper that it's lost, and then we'll put it there and let it rest. This is the poivre. You really want it to cover the bottom of the plate. It's a lot of sauce. Some people ask for more, but it's still a lot of sauce. Rolling it around like this. You can kind of see the peppercorns and shallots in the sauce. And then we'll just kind of slice into our steak here. Medium rare. Higher the fry, the closer to God, we like to say. This is the steak au poivre here at Belle's. I think that nothing feels better to me, and it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens every once in a while, where we have guests that will come and eat here and say, oh, we just spent a couple weeks in Paris and I tried steak au poivre in a couple of places and this is better than that. I mean, that is a huge compliment, because we've also had people say, well, the food here is good, but it's not France. And in your head, you're kind of like, well, no, yeah, it's California. We talk a lot about that consistency is king. And if you can prove to do something, and this is cooking, right, over and over again, and have it be pretty much the same for people when they come back, that is a real feat. I think that what I want people to take away is coming here and being like, oh, I tried this new dish that I've never had at Belle's, but I still go back to the steak au poivre dish that they hopefully nail every time. I'm Daisy Ryan from Belle's Restaurant, and we use made in cookware.